Okay.
Welcome to this episode of Stirring the Beans.
Chepisode 325.
Welcome to this episode of the Fandom Nights podcast,
awesome.
where we break down pop culture one fandom at a time.
Where we stir beans in a pot.
Gosh. Where this, I don't even know this is any upper rails. This episode, we are walking through Avatar: The Last Airbender, Book 1, Chepisode 15. Chepisode. I said it like a Minnesotan. A Chepisode 15. Bato of the Water Tribe. This was released on October 7th of 2005. 15 years ago? Almost exactly. No, wait. I'm way off. And this got a 7.9 rating on IMDb. Dustin, want to take us through the story?
Alright, so it opens with Aang and Sokka, and they're sitting at the campfire stirring a pot of beans.
I was like, really? I don't remember that.
I'm sorry.
Yep, 100%.
Okay, so it opens with Aang and Sokka, and they're looking through the forest, and Aang finds a whale tooth sword. And Sokka's like, let me look at that. That's from the Southern Water Tribe or whatever. So he's like, let's keep looking. So they keep looking to try to find more stuff or whatever. And then Sokka has a quick flashback of like when he's back home as a kid, when everyone's preparing to leave for battle. And then it just cuts back. There's nothing. It was just a really quick. There's no words or nothing like that.
Yeah.
It was just a flashback of him looking at people like packing up and like leaving or whatever.
Yeah.
And so Sokka tells everyone to look for more, and then Detective Sokka's on the case. He's like, it looks like the Fire Nation were here. It looks like they shot here and did this and did that, and then the Water Tribe did this and then went there. And I'm like, man, this guy's good.
I know.
He's
Literally the first thing that popped in my head when he sees the scorch marks on the tree. I was like, I guarantee you I'm going to hear the words Detective Sokka at some point today.
Zuko's the detective.
I was about to say,
the tracker.
I was going to say he's giving Detective Zuko a run for his money.
That's
right
true.
Here, though.
That's true.
Hey, tracking's part of the detective work.
Is it like warring PI firms?
Water Tribe PI.
Water Tribe PI. Zuko PI.
Private investigator. Alright. Oh wait, that's what PI stands for. I knew that. I'm sorry. I knew that. I'm sorry. I just wanted to see your reactions. Alright?
Oh man.
That would have been awesome.
Oh man, I almost spit out my drink.
I know, that's why I said it. Because you were about to take a drink. I'm like, what if I just nail it right here? Alright, so Sokka says that, I wrote it down backwards. It said, Dad was here. So, So Sokka says Dad was here because he sees, like, they see the ship or whatever on the beach because they keep looking for stuff and they search the tracks and leave for the beach.
Oh, yeah, because Katara's like, was this Dad's ship?
Right. And he's like, no, it's one from his fleet.
Yeah.
I mean, Dad was here.
And, so yeah, then it cuts to Iroh and Zuko. And has the, I think, a good quote here.
The wisest of...
A moment of quiet is good for your mental well-being.
Well, yeah, I wrote that one down, too.
Okay. And then Zuko spills his drink when something bumps into the ship. And then he goes up to the top and he finds out that the Shearshu is here with
June.
June. Okay. Oh yes. June.
Her name is June, and the Shearshu's name is Nyla.
Oh
Finger
yeah.
guns.
Okay. Yeah. No, I watched this episode like a week and a half ago, so it's all back in my head now. Got it. Done. Let's do this.
So, like I said last week,
ill prepared over here.
I have all my notes. I'm just like, what happens in this?
So, like
my
I
notes
asked
are
last
so
week,
random. My notes are so.
Did
random.
you even watch the
I
episode?
did. Yes.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
I literally watched it like 5 hours ago.
Oh really?
Yeah, I
it's
literally
all
watched
fresh
it.
in your guys' mind. I'm like,
Yeah, what
why
time
the heck
is
did
it?
I put wisdom?
Yeah, I watched it 3 hours ago.
I don't know.
Crash.
That's what I put. Wisdom, arrow, crash. Okay. It's one of those episodes for me.
So take more detailed notes when you're not going to look
Actually,
at it for a week.
No. So
Right.
this episode, I was literally thinking about Chris's like tally here. I'm like, I want to see like what his notes for like how many times bending happens.
Oh yeah,
because there's like
It's
a ton.
lot. It was like da, 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 da. Okay, rewind. Da, da, da. It was a lot.
So
so where were we?
the Shearshoe is like a
Shearshoe.
track dog,
Shearshoe.
is what I called it, and it can smell a rat a continent away. And then Iroh immediately just gets this like creepy attachment for this girl. She's like, I love this girl. Like interesting. It's like, okay, it's a 50-year age gap there. That's a little creepy. So then it cuts back to Sokka, and he has a flashback again of him and his dad talking before his dad left for the war, and Sokka's kind of begging him to let him come with, and his dad is like, no, Sokka, like you're too young, you have to stay back, and he's like, you gotta stay back and watch over your sister, like that's the most important job there is right now. And he's like, well, why it doesn't feel like it, and he's like, it might not seem like that now, but you'll figure it out later that it's important.
Is this, did I put another wise saying in there? Is this where he says, being a man is knowing
where you're needed most?
It's like, man, okay, yeah, I think that was a better wise saying than Iroh's. Honestly, that's the first time that there's been a better one than Iroh's.
For now. Iroh's
we'll give you one episode. All right.
We're giving Iroh a 0.5 here. So Sokka and Katara, they run into Bato, his dad's old friend, and Sokka says, "What the smell?" Oh, what's the smell? And Bato mentions the sister's perfume once they get back to the place or whatever.
What the smell?
What the smell?
It's like what like a 9-year-old says, so he can swear without swearing. What the smell?
Sokka says, "What's the smell?" And Bato mentions the sister's perfume, and then he's like, "Maybe we should dump some on Appa because he stinks so much." Am I right?
I love how Bato reacts. Like him and Katara are both just like,
You have your
father's wit.
They're just so
dad jokes running the family, apparently.
This whole show, man. This whole show is a dad joke central.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Katara says it looks like home once they get into Bato's little tent. And Aang is being sarcastic, saying, "Yeah, nothing's cozier than dead animal skins." And then the whole time they're there, like Katara and Sokka are just constantly just like bringing up old stories of like her dad or their dad and Bato, and like at least on 3 occasions. And Aang's like trying to like fit in and be a part of the conversation, and he just brings no relevance to it. And so he just feels like kind of
they straight up ignore him
Right.
for like this whole part.
Yeah.
Oh, what did the blubber fiasco? What's that story? Oh, it's a long one. Maybe another time.
Maybe another time, Aang.
Like, dude. Way to feel like the fourth
all
wheel.
these inside jokes and inside stories. Okay, I'm just gonna sit here and listen. And, yeah.
So then it cuts back to June and her Shearshoe, and with a Shearshoe, not actually in this scene, but she's arm wrestling in that bar or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And kicking the big dude's butt, man.
Oh my god, I know.
That guy was pretty ripped for cartoon standards, you know. So June, or Zuko and Iroh walk in or whatever, and Zuko says, "Oh, it's just the funniest thing." He's like, "Out of my way, step aside, filth."
Just the royal
so
audacity.
Funny. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he just thinks he's so above these guys.
Yeah.
Just like, out of my way, filth. Just like, that's awesome. She replies, "Well, isn't it Angry Boy and Uncle or Lazy Uncle or Uncle Lazy or something like that? Angry
Uncle
Boy,
Creepy or something?
No, it was Uncle Lazy.
Uncle Lazy.
Angry Boy and Lazy Uncle or Uncle Lazy." Zuko asks her to track Katara's necklace with her Shearshoe, and Zuko thinks that she owes them, and Iroh knows that she doesn't really owe him anything because she was just trying to track her bounty of the stowaway that was on her ship before, and so in her mind she doesn't owe him anything for like the damage of the ship because she was just doing her job.
Sure.
So, but in Zuko's mind, you destroyed my ship. You owe me money for that,
right?
Or a favor in this case. And so, and she doesn't think that she owes Jack squat, and so she was just getting her bounty. Iroh was fully aware of this, and he's like, "Oh, Zuko's like, you can help us track down this necklace, and that'll be like your payment for destroying my ship. And she's like, screw that. And Iroh's like, okay, we'll pay you his weight in gold.
Your weight in gold.
And she's like, make it your weight. And he's like, he just chuckles. He's like, you got a deal. So then it cuts back to Bato, and he's expecting a message from their father, from Katara and Sokka's father, and says if they wait for the message that they can go see their father. Aang hears this and thinks they're just going to abandon him. Like,
right.
He's like, okay, my trip here with them is done, so let me just wander off here. And they don't even notice that he like left.
Yeah, and as soon as he leaves the tent, they're like, but we gotta stay and help Aang.
I know.
And it's like, dang it, if you just stayed for 2 seconds, the whole thing would have been fine.
Yeah.
But they did say that it was 2 years since they saw their dad. So their dad's been gone for 2 years. And how old did we say that they were? Like 14? Or no, Sokka's like
17-ish.
17. But in the like flashback, he looks like
10.
7, like tiny. It's he did a lot of growing up in the last 2 years.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's been 2 years since he left.
Well,
2 years since they
saw their dad, so maybe he's come back a couple times.
Yeah,
that's kind of what I was thinking.
Okay,
yeah,
because let's go with that.
Yeah, he comes back on leave every once in a while,
right? Just like normal soldiers here do. If we're playing real world stuff,
and we are, Dustin, we are.
You guys are. I'm keeping my own little bubble of fantasy over here. No reality, just fantasy. So then Sokka says they can't because they have to help Aang, like you said, and Aang is thinking they're going to leave him, and Aang gets the message from
what did the message... I put on my notes.
The message was just the map.
Here you go.
Right. He's like, do you know Batu? And he's like, I know Batu. Okay, give this to Batu.
Here's this super important message that I just randomly met you. Okay.
Right.
Passing it off, yeah.
Well, I mean, like, if you're just a random messenger, like, his first question was, I'm looking for Bato of the Water Tribe.
I know Bato.
Yeah. Then it... Oh, keep going.
Cuts back to Aang coming back inside and trying to act all righteous and in a good mood.
Yeah.
It's like, hey guys, let's eat some of that
sea prune
soup or whatever, chowder or whatever. Yeah. So then it cuts back to Zuko and the girl, and they're all on the sheer shoe. Say that 10 times fast.
Sheer shoe. Yeah.
Sheer shoe.
Sheer shoe.
Sheer shoe.
Sheer shoe.
Sheer shoe.
Which the subtitles give you a very different spelling.
Right.
It's
versus
like X-I-E.
I heard it the first time. I'm like, sheer shoe. Okay.
Well, the weird part though is because like their actual like history, it's spelled with an S. Yeah.
Weird, but the subtitles say something different.
Well, yeah. How else do you spell it?
Well, like I said, like
in
because the subtitles is XIERXU.
Oh,
that's probably like
super
a
weird.
Japanese.
Yeah.
No.
I wonder if that's like an actual something in Japanese.
Or Chinese.
I put smell, so I probably looked it up at some point, but
Yeah.
probably means smell.
Oh, probably.
We'll go with that.
Something related to smell, yeah.
I mean, I get, for the guy who really wants to dive into the
Yeah, I've been slacking on that. Thanks for
Chinese symbols there. It probably means smell, right?
Probably. We'll go with that. Fact check us, YouTube. Fact check us.
Dude, people are gonna fact check this whole episode now.
So Zuko and the girl run into the medicine woman on the mountain.
Oh,
A few
yeah.
episodes ago.
And
You have notes? Go ahead.
No, this is where they run into the cat, and the Fire Nation all comes in there, and she's like, Miyuki, did you get in trouble with the Fire Nation again?
It's not the Fire Nation. It's just Zuko, Iroh, and...
But that's what the
that's
lady
what the old
asks
lady
the
says.
cat. She's like, no, I haven't seen anybody unless you're like looking for Miyuki. Miyuki, did you get in trouble with the Fire Nation again? That's what she asked the cat. Like, so it's because I mean you've got Iroh and Zuko, who obviously look like they're from the Fire Nation.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it does make sense why she would question the Fire Nation because historically in this world, the Shirshu as an animal is used a lot by the Fire Nation.
Oh, okay.
Historically, not currently.
Right.
So Aang thinks he's gonna get caught, and then she just thinks he's littering. Like when
just drops one piece
remember
of
when
paper.
she's like he's airbending hay to Appa or whatever, and the piece of paper falls out, and he's like, "I got you." for littering. Here you go. Here's your paper.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. And so then it cuts back to Aang, and then they're all on the beach again or whatever by the ship, and Aang sees the foot tracks from the messenger.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
like, oh, gotta cover this crap up. So airbends the sand so it covers the tracks. And then Sokka is going to ice dodge because that's a rite of passage for Southern Water Tribe men.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically there's no ice here, so they're going to dodge
Rocks.
Which, I mean, I get it's kind of the same thing.
Oh,
but
and it's
icebergs like move, they float in the water, the rocks are still, so you'd think it'd be a different skill.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's almost harder to dodge, like, the amount of rocks versus, like, you have, like, these huge icebergs that are potential.
Yeah.
Especially because, like, Bato doesn't say anything about the fact that, like, Katara and Aang bend on the boat. Because, I mean, like, if you had a waterbender, you could literally just be like, all right, well, there's an iceberg out of the way. There's an iceberg out of the way.
Normally there's probably... Well, you don't know that.
If they're doing their man expedition or whatever, and the dude who's commanding the ship just says, waterbender, bend those icebergs out of the way. Like, good commanding, commander. Like,
but I think Sokka was just utilizing the tools that he had at his disposal.
Oh yeah, it was really good. And Bato didn't know how powerful they were, that she could lift the whole ship and just it was really cool.
Raise the water level.
Yeah.
So then cuts back to Zuko and June.
That scene was really hard counting the bending because Katara's like lifting it up, and then Aang's like airbending like crazy. So I'm like, oh no, I gotta rewind that again.
I think just one for Katara.
Yeah, and then it was a whole
however
bunch
many
for Aang. That's what it was, but it was hard like counting them with Aang.
So it cuts back to Zuko and June, and they stop by Aunt Wu's place where we just saw in the last episode of Fortune Teller. Aunt Wu.
Aunt who?
And so
didn't they stop at somewhere else first?
Huh?
Because they make like a couple stops.
There was they stopped at the perfume, or no, they stopped at the Miyuki place.
Yeah, okay.
And then they stopped at Aunt Wu's, and now they're gonna go to the place where they just were.
Okay, yeah.
Where Bato just was.
I love when Aunt Wu talks to Iroh.
Aunt who? Sorry. In my head,
so do you want to do a separate video?
Yeah, in my head, I really just want to just...
In my head, it's funny every time you guys say Aunt Wu.
But in my head, like, little bits of me is not going to able to stop my fist.
Just chipping away at, like, Dustin's inner soul.
This video's going to
eventually it's just going to... I'm going to just... Oh my gosh. I'm going to unload. Hate it.
Just at last episode for Avatar. You got to make it through the series.
I got to make it through this episode.
Last episode is just going to... Welcome to Phantom Nights, everybody.
Oh, yeah, I guess we have the Avatar here who defeated the Fire Lord.
Jeez. Why do I gotta be the Fire Lord? Who are you in this situation?
I'm gonna have a cabbage.
Fire Lord does not get Fire Lord doesn't get beat up. He just gets his bending taken away.
I was going for the humor.
I'm trying to be straight facts. No, nothing else here. I hate all this comedy. It's not comedy.
I don't know why that was even funnier.
That's funny. That stuff he does, not funny.
So,
makes me want to stab myself in the jugular and just rip.
I personally love the way, like, she walks up and she's like, "Oh, do you want your fortune told, handsome?"
Oh, she says it to
Iroh. He's like, "Oh no, at my age, there's only one big mystery left."
Yeah, and I'd rather not find out when that is coming or whatever.
I'd rather as soon leave it a mystery.
Yeah.
So then next is the Sokka ice dodge scene.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really take detail because I just said it was a nice call using the bender to the advantage of the situation.
Yeah, I do like how they put Aang in the trusted position or something. He's just like, to
make him more paranoid.
This is a very important position. Only the most trusted person goes in this position or whatever. And Aang's like,
I know it's about trust. Why would I know that?
I'm the Avatar. Of course I know about trust.
It's literally ever since like he takes the message, every single thing he does is everybody's calling him out on trust.
Yeah, I know.
You're littering? Oh no, I'm good.
Yeah. Well, and then after the thing that Bato gives them like their marks or whatever.
I don't think he's worried about littering. I think she's worried about him her opening.
No, I get it, but like he's worried about being like caught.
Yeah.
So yeah, then after they land, after the ice dodge, you know, they use, like you said, Katara's waterbending, Aang's airbending. They land back down, and Bato is giving them the honorary tribe marks or whatever, and gives Sokka and Katara, and then gets to Aang.
Which I like how his is just like a little Simba, like.
As soon as something so sacred and something as culture comes into it, Aang is just like, I can't accept it. Did you ever like? That's what I felt like. As soon as it like it was okay to accept food, it was okay to accept conversation and company, but as soon as like culture, like I'm accepted into the culture of the Water Tribe, like I can't accept it because I've, you know.
Interesting. I didn't think about that. That's a cool. He has like a line where he can be kind of deceitful or well, not deceitful, but he can hide the truth. But then as soon as like something important happens, like a ceremony or something, yeah, he's like, I gotta be straight with you guys.
Yeah. I just like how he has that that barrier. I mean, obviously, every person's barrier should not have to have that, I guess.
Yeah, right.
But I mean,
at least he has a line.
Right.
He's learning.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think
so he comes clean.
Sokka gets the wise mark, Katara gets the brave mark.
Yep.
And then Aang gets the trusted mark.
Yep.
Yeah. Just calling him out once again.
Yeah. Trusted.
You are so trusted.
You are the most trusted one here. Okay, I'm not.
No, you guys can't trust me.
So then in a second of mistrust, he loses Sokka and Katara. Sokka's like, just screw you. We're gonna go see Dad.
You're going to the Northern Water Tribe on your own.
And Bato wants Sokka to reconsider, but Sokka's like, Katara, are you with me? And then Katara's like, yes. I think Bato wanted him to reconsider, but I think he also wanted him just to make sure his sister was going to be coming along too and made the right decision. So I think it could have went either way. Like Bato thought that Sokka should have continued to help Aang, but I also thought like, you know, don't go on your own. Make sure your sister's on board with this first.
Right.
It's crazy how some people in this world are like starstruck when the Avatar comes by, but then people like Bato, like they've been in a war and stuff, and they're like, oh yeah, you're the Avatar. Okay, well, let's see what you can do.
Yeah.
I just spent all weekend like in farm country and stuff, and talking with like hunters and farmers and stuff, and I just get the feeling it's the same situation where like you pull up and you're like, oh yeah, I'm a TikTok star, and the farmer's like, yeah, well, say something funny then. Like it's like the same type of thing, like where the local guy's not impressed with your big fancy whatever that you are. Like, okay.
I mean, I suppose it's similar to like how like if like the president shows up, there are a lot of people who are just like, oh my god, it's the president. But like there's so many other people who are just like, all right, cool.
Yeah, you're just another guy.
This is gonna block up traffic for the next like 3 hours,
right,
so can we move this along?
Now, when you hear the word Biden, what does that make you think of? Makes me think of
okay.
Guns.
Well, death.
I'm just curious where you're bringing this.
Joe Biden's non-existence.
Okay.
Oh, like an assassination?
Yeah. That'd be the most hopeful thing for this country at this point. Democrats. I'm joking.
Sherman and I are like,
I thought
this wasn't a political show. We want to get political. We can get political, but I don't know.
So like I told my friends this, like there was a girl I was talking to a while back, and I was telling her that like I'll say the most crazy things, but like to explain things, like, man, like I was so angry at that dude, like I could have just like, you know, like slit his throat. Like I would not actually slit some dude's throat, but like I over exaggerate stuff a lot. Yeah, like all the time.
Although, I mean, to be fair, like that does seem like something that could happen. Especially if people want to force like to have like
forced vaccination.
No. Force the option of like a female president. Into American history. Because like as soon as Biden's gone, like Kamala Harris becomes the president.
Yeah.
Like there's no recount, no nothing. Like
so you think an assassination attempt is possible?
Yeah.
I was purely joking.
It's possible.
No, I get that.
President,
but I'm saying like to force that upon the nation.
No, I think what's gonna happen is he's not gonna mentally be all there. So like do his testing for whatever his cognitive ability, a year later or whatever, and he's gonna fail. So then Kamala.
So do you think it's gonna be more like a Bush Cheney thing, where like Cheney's calling all the shots behind George Bush?
I think Joe Biden will literally not be deemable for action and to hold that position.
Oh, jeez.
And then Kamala Harris will assume position, and then the Speaker of the House will become the Vice President. Everything kind of just shifts.
Possibly.
So Avatar, Last Airbender. Those are good points, though.
I don't think assassination attempt, but I think his cognitive ability would decline, and that would be the reason why Kamala.
But I'm saying like something to like put him out of like the chair.
Right.
Yeah.
Speaking of a rift in the group, politics,
Speaking
divided.
The rift. It's actually a pretty good graphic novel series of the Avatar.
Oh yeah. I do want to get
throwing us back into here.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, full circle.
So back to Avatar.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we sure?
No, we're good. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
I kind of want to go back to that laser sword versus shield.
Yeah, we should talk about that.
We should just like have half an episode in this episode and half an episode in that. Just have them.
We'll figure it out.
So this is our Mandalorian Avatar episode.
Yeah.
And this is our Avatar Mandalorian episode.
/ politics as well.
/ politics. And a little bit of news in there. Why not?
Oh yeah, Alex Trebek died today.
Oh, I was couldn't save that for our actual news episode.
Oh wait, we didn't do that today.
No,
not yet.
Oh, why did I think in my mind we already did that?
Because it's usually our first one that we do.
Oh, jeez.
All right, I think we should cut that whole section out and.
So, in a second of mistrust, he loses Sokka and Katara, and Katara says, "Good luck," and Aang says, "Okay, you too." I like how he doesn't say like thank you. I like how he just says, "Okay." Like I don't deserve to say thank you, or I don't deserve nothing I don't deserve these words you're giving me.
Right.
And then Aang goes to the beach or whatever and is sitting there, and Katara and Sokka leave or whatever. But then Sokka and Katara have a second change of mind, and they're like, Sokka's like fully realizes what his dad says now, that where I'm needed most right now is with Aang.
Yeah.
I love how they realize that too, because like you hear one wolf like off in the distance, and Katara's like, "Did you miss that?
I missed
that whole conversation?" Because
Yeah.
they hear the wolf in the background. And Katara's like, "Oh, it sounds like that
like
wolf really sounds sad."
Sure.
And Sokka's like, "Oh, it's probably wounded." Like, and Bata's like, "No, that wolf has been separated from its pack.
I know the feeling.
I know that pain." And then Sokka has that little flashback where he's just like he sees all the like his dad's fleet just like shipping off, and he's just like, "We have to go back."
Yeah, I put being apart more painful, so I think he says something like, "I've been wounded, I've been through battles and stuff, but being apart from my tribe is more painful than anything," or whatever.
Oh, Bato does,
yeah. Then we flash back over to.
Goes back to Aang and the person from what was that Bato's little village he was at?
That was just like a monastery or like a
water tribe monastery,
an abbey.
Because it had blue and stuff, so it had to have been like it had like blue banners and stuff. So I thought it was water tribe stuff.
No, because I think they're still technically in the Earth Kingdom. So it's just a random like abbey. So like these are essentially like Earth Kingdom nuns.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Because any like I know like the correlation between like their world and our world isn't always the same, but like any abbey is always gonna have like the head like nun is always Mother Superior, and Bato straight up just calls her like Superior, like that's just the title that she's given.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, probably the Superior then goes up to Aang and tells him that you gotta go. And he's like, I get it. I'm not wanted here. And she was like, no, dude. Some girl with a sure shoe and some guy with a scar was come looking after you. He's like, Zuko. So he's like, yeah. They were like, basically said like they were following the scent of a necklace or whatever.
Oh yeah,
and Aang was like, Katara. And then so then like seconds later, Zuko and June are there, and they've now split up from Bato, and they're confronting or getting cornered by Zuko and June.
So this is your girlfriend, huh? I see why she left. She's too pretty for you.
That's awesome.
Just getting called out by a random girl, just like, all right, I guess.
All right, thanks.
So Zuko's like, "Where's the Avatar?" And Sokka's like, "We split up." And he's like, "How dumb do you think I am? Like, why would you actually split up?" But they actually did split up.
You must think I'm pretty stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes.
I mean, sometimes. And then they try to run and get paralyzed and fall.
Yeah, that's like that animal's like craziest powers. It like paralyzes things as soon as it like touches you. Like,
That is a real world thing too, by the way.
That moles can paralyze you?
So he is a cross between 3 separate animals.
Oh.
The Shirshu is a cross between a star-nosed mole.
Shrew. Okay.
Oh, what?
A star-nosed mole.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
An anteater, which is the tongue. And apparently European moles have a paralyzing, like, venomous tongue.
Really?
Yeah. But they don't
crazy.
have that long tongue, which is where the anteater side comes in.
Huh.
And then a wolf.
So 4.
Well, 4 animals, yeah.
Well, I mean, it's...
You said 4.
Right.
You mentioned 4 just now.
It has characteristics of 2 different moles, I suppose, yeah. You're going to count both of them.
Oh,
I thought those were the 2.
No, so you have a star-nosed mole, anteater, and a wolf.
Gotcha.
The paralyzing thing is just a
the
subspecies of mole.
Weird.
Of that mole? Or of a mole?
Not that mole.
Of a mole.
A mole.
Mole.
I was waiting for that.
Mole.
Then we get to our fight scene. It was a pretty sweet fight scene. A lot of bending in this fight scene. Took a lot of pauses and rewinds to get all the bending numbers for this fight scene.
But, however, there is only one MVP of this entire fight scene.
Who?
Appa. Duh.
Until he gets paralyzed.
Yeah, but, like, he takes, like, 6 hits.
Yeah, it was a lot. But he is a
Just to go
10-ton
down.
bison.
He is a 10-ton bison.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, because, like, when he gets that first one, he drops, and, like, he kind of, like, but then they show that, like, eye pop thing where you just, like,
Yeah. He's like, ow.
Don't mess with Appa.
I thought it was really cool the air and firebending uppercuts that they both do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That was just really cool.
I like the well scene. That was the coolest part. How Aang was just dodging, and then sees the necklace, dives in to get the necklace, and then Zuko goes and just fire bends in there, and then Aang just water bends and shoots the water out, and then
really
Zuko
cool.
goes with the fire. And all of a sudden you hear, and then Aang just makes this like awesome superhero landing, and
it
just sits there on that pose for like 10 seconds until Zuko just rains. Splat! And he's just still sitting there. And then Zuko finally gets up and starts shooting at him again. And then he starts fighting him again. But
My favorite part about
pose for like 10
that
seconds.
well thing is when he's, like, literally just dancing in between the poles.
Yeah,
Right,
before,
and he
like,
can't hit him.
and then he just starts breaking them, just like, grr.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was really cool. I thought it was cool that, like, again, real world physics in this show, as real as they can be, it's like water goes up. It's not just this whoosh. It like starts raining because that's what would happen if you shot a bunch of water in there. I don't know. It's just kind of cool. Then the end of the fight, doesn't the Shirshu? Oh, the smell that he dumps all the
First it
perfume
hits
in.
Appa a few times, and then Appa goes down.
It has to, because otherwise Appa's, like, you see him
Appa
just
taking the whole
airbending
thing.
with, like, his tail, just knocking parts of, like, buildings.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you gotta take Appa down, otherwise,
Yeah.
like, you're not going anywhere.
So then, Sokka and Katara come up with the idea to use the perfume to distract the Shirshu. Why put
Shirshu.
Shirshu?
Shirshu.
Sheer shrew.
Sharshu?
Sorry!
Starry, I choose you.
That was so out of nowhere. That was so funny. Then
What?
at the end of the fight, the Shirshu is just like tongue lashing everybody, and then it paralyzes everybody.
I love
then-
how Aang keeps dodging that thing. Like, you see it hit the wall multiple times, and he's just like...
Yeah. And then at the end, pretty much everyone's paralyzed, and then
No, not true.
Zuko's like, Uncle, I didn't see you get paralyzed.
I didn't see you get hit with the tongue.
Like, shh.
And the girl's like, I can't move, but
This creepy old guy's just laying on me.
She's laying on him.
Laying on him.
Oh.
Yeah.
He caught her and she's laying on him.
But she's like face, chest down. And he's just like,
yes. And she can't move.
Dang it.
Just that one eye.
This part was really cool. So the necklace, Aang gets the necklace back and he gives it to Katara, and that necklace is like an engagement necklace in the Water Tribe. Where like if someone gets that necklace, they're engaged to somebody.
Right.
And so I didn't know that, and I mean they don't know it at the time either, but. Katara loses her necklace, and then at one point he makes like a fishing line necklace for her.
Oh yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, thanks." And then in this one, he actually gives her the proposal necklace. So this is like him proposing to her, essentially, because she wears it for the rest of the series, and then they eventually end up getting married, right? Not really.
There is a moment where she doesn't have it on though.
Okay.
Later on.
Yeah, but they don't know that that's happening. But still,
because she has to take it out to stay undercover. In the Fire Nation.
Oh, more than that, I was thinking about like when she actually like meets Master Paku later on, because like it gets taken off of her, like during their fight,
and then he finds it,
and he like picks it up
for the woman.
She's like, give that back.
Right.
She's like, you love Nana.
So that was cool, and is that the end of the episode?
I don't know. Yeah.
And gives her the necklace, and then something about a kiss I put on there. I don't know whether.
Oh, yeah.
Zuko asked me to make sure I get it to you. That was so sweet of Zuko. Katara gives Aang a kiss. Like, make sure to give Zuko a kiss for me, and then kisses Aang.
Okay.
And then they run out from the clouds.
As far as bending numbers for this episode, there was 3 times that they waterbend, which wasn't that many, but
you guys
that's
are like
it.
Making me have to like do this.
That's why I'm trying to man spread as much as possible.
There's 3,
so it gives you more room. No, you're good.
There was 3 waterbending, 0 earthbending.
3?
Yeah, 47 of firebending, because it was just rapid fire there at the end, and then 30 of airbending. So yeah, I didn't count Appa's because he's a creature. We're talking about humans.
But he's still airbending.
I know, but we talked about Appa when he's flying and stuff. We're not counting him.
Yeah, but like they actually use that like animation of like the air like taking off parts of like buildings.
I don't know. I
he does it.
Anytime Appa flies is airbending.
Yeah, but that we
talked about that before. Where it's humans airbending on camera, or humans bending on camera is what I'm counting, because there's animals that bend on. I don't know.
Badger moles.
Yeah, we can start counting other bending, but then like dragons and everything else. Like, I don't know.
Well, there's only 2 scenes of dragons.
Right. Yeah, I know. And there's a lot of Appa. I mean, my airbending numbers would be way different if I counted every time Appa was flying and stuff.
So, no, I get like the whole flying thing. I was just saying like because Appa he was on the ground but still bending.
Yeah. I don't know. At this point, this is the count.
If you guys want to argue with us on that one, go for it. We're open to opinions.
No Avatar State, no Spirit World. A couple dad jokes. It was a pretty dad joke heavy episode. But what do you want to rank this episode?
Personally, I really like this episode. Strangely enough, I've seen this episode multiple times, but every time I always feel like Bato is going to be the guy to like betray everybody for some reason.
I get that feeling, but he's just the dude.
And then no, I'm just a regular guy.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, all right, when's it going to turn? When's it going to turn?
Well, normally that role is like a traitor type role,
right?
Like,
right.
In these,
that's just the way it's been.
Yeah.
I'll give it an 8. Solid 8.
8.
I'd like to give it like an 8.2. I think it was pretty good.
Okay.
The combat, seeing everybody's like growth. Just seeing my boy Appa.
Yeah. I don't know. This episode was really good, and the fight scene was really cool. So I'd probably be right in there too. I'll say 8 as well. Just to be.
I was worried you were gonna go super low because it's been a week and a half since you've seen the episode.
I was gonna go a little lower, but then like seeing that video about like the necklace thing, I'm like, whoa, this is the episode that happens. That's just super cool. I don't know why. It's just like one of those little mini details, and it makes this episode like more powerful because their bond is like stronger now because they. I don't know. It's just kind of cool. So I'll give it an 8. So.
Fun note, this episode and the other one where you remember like the last episode where he meets the herbalist with the cat.
Mm-hmm.
One of the only like there's like 2 or 3 moments in the entire series where you see like non-mutated or like weird animals.
Yeah.
Miyuki is one of them.
Interesting.
Because she's just a regular cat.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Cat, bear.
Cat, yeah.
Yeah.
The Earth King's bear later on.
Weird. All right, well, Dustin, take us out.
Goodbye.
Just, I'm not about comedy.
Thank you guys for checking out this episode of Fandom Nights. If you'd like to become a Fandom Night, check us out on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And as always, please subscribe.
And soon to be TikTok.
We'll see.
We'll see.
And maybe TikTok, yeah.
Maybe. We'll talk about that one.
Yeah, we'll have to discuss that after. But Appa.
Yep.